Lord forgive me for this trap shit. Sergeant Smack making backflip. Telly Hank with the action. With the vital speaking Spanish. Frank Matthews, how I vanish. Poof. Came back like I'm King Tut. Gold BBS is on a beamer. When Fat Cat was 10 queens up. Ball off the profit, not the re-up. Fly like Puerto Rican Jesus. Uptown like I'm Baby May. Just caught a touchdown from the Bay.
Start with Philadelphia's murder rate. It continues to rise, certainly with no end in sight here. The city has now surpassed the total amount of homicides in the years 2013 and 2014.
This is a problem that almost every big city in America is dealing with right now. Let's get out to Steve Keeley at City Hall. Steve.
Yeah, a helicopter flying overhead and just another medevac. Just wondering what all these are about all the time. You always think there's an accident victim or a shooting victim again somewhere. Meantime, we are halfway to 500 as we are just halfway through month 6. Halfway to 500, 250 homicides in Philadelphia as of last night, midnight, June 15th, the end of that day, now June 16th.
Philadelphia as a whole, given the violence, it has now claimed 404 lives in the first 9 months of the year.
My name is my name, nigga, I'm Marlon in the whole and sell. Without the bag, yeah, I'm 1,000 grams on the scale. Nigga who raw and the skinny. Me who down to catch the murder, catch the charges with skinny.
Listen, I'm one of them Steves right now for like a murder. You know what I'm saying? Like for a murder. When they hate you, they frame you. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, in due time, like I'm still gonna be giving a record shout, I'm still gonna be putting on for the cool kids. Cause I ain't gonna start recording. Innocent. I'm just gonna run cause I'm scared to death of police. You don't tell me what they do. I'm scared to death of the motherfucking court system. They don't tell me what they fucking do. When you're innocent, they still just will you out. They hate you, they frame you. When they hate you, they frame you. Remember that, man. Willis and Hyde, nigga. Mature, skinny meat, big with the weight off. Y'all should let me come on my diesels on, man. Break it down like a shotgun. Yeah, no, spring the word like a shotgun. And it's the count. And I'm going to this motherfucker 50 grand strong. Right. No, man, I'm the realest nigga living. No. Hey, yo, let everybody know, right? Huh? Just let everybody know. I got you, bro. Let everybody know, right? All right, bro. Let everybody know, right? I'm the realest nigga living. I just happen to rap, man. That's it, man. Videos, my brother. Bro, I ain't listen, man. I'm $1 million nigga, man. Damn, y'all know I got $1 million talent. Y'all do that, man. I ain't doing none of that. And I was growing dreads on these niggas. Don't mind my hair. I wanted everybody to see me come out and swag. Hey, yo, just let everybody know, all right?
Yo, we back. It's your boy Popalot. Mobb ties. We on our way to Pennsylvania with it. Philadelphia. My niggas from Philly, y'all get in the comment box. Y'all know how we rocking. Now, today we gonna cover a guy that we got numerous requests to cover. It's gonna be a guy by the name of Abbas Parker. But the whole Philadelphia know him as Skinny Me, or the notorious Skinny Me. A little bit about him. A lot of times when you look him up, or when you view him, he was a music artist, but they most notably refer him as an AR-AB associate. I want to say he was a member of the OBH gang. Everybody knows their run-ins, or particularly AR-ABs. run-ins with the law, where he was recently just convicted on a drug conspiracy. Now, Skinny Me was facing a murder charge prior to that. For those that do know Skinny Me, a little bit about him. From all accounts, he was born and raised in Philadelphia, and his life took a drastic turn on one night when he decided to take a car ride with a guy by the name of Arthur Johnson and a guy by the name of, I'm just going to name him Wright, which is his last name. And it pretty much all played out with a guy by the name of Donnie Skipwith being murdered, and pretty much Wright outwardly confessing to said murder, with him, I guess, implicating himself as the getaway driver. And he would confess to a detective by the name of James Burns. He took the confession, and now the crazy thing about this is the guy that Skinny Me was on trial with, and it's going to be a guy by the name of Arthur Johnson, he actually was able to get his conviction overturned because initially he was found guilty, as well as Skinny Me. But according to court documents, and I want to say like Superior Court or Supreme Court, his case didn't give him the right to confront his accuser. So according to the testimony, he testified that he was driving down Master Street in Philadelphia, and he seen some guy. Now, anybody from Master Street, y'all get in the comment box, you ever been? Let us know what side of the city that's on. Now, he's going to say he was walking down Master right by Newkirk, and he flagged him down. He pulled over. He's going to say he then opened up the side door, and he was standing there talking to us. And when he say us, he's going to be talking about Skinny Me himself. Now, according to the testimony, he's going to say that he said that he seen Donnie up the street on Thompson, and he was going up there to talk to him. So according to Mr. Wright's testimony, Bass, who is going to be short for Bass or Skinny Me, got out the van and spoke with him, and then he said, yo, meet us around 28th and Thompson Street. He then walked up Newkirk Street as the van pulled off. Now, Mr. Wright is going to say as he drove up Dover Street to Jefferson and down 28th Street and then pulled over at Thompson across the street from the firehouse, he shut the engine off and he waited. And he was going to say he was probably there for a minute or two when he heard gunshots coming from in or around the corner. He's going to say then he seen Bass come running from around the corner. He jumps in the van and start yelling, we out, we out, we out, pull off. He's going to say he pulled off and drove down 28th Street. Now the detective will go on to ask him, did Bass tell you that he shot Donnie? Now this is where it's going to get real tricky. Mr. Wright was said no, he had a gun, but he said that the other guy shot Donnie. Now, here's Detective Burns. Did you know if the other guy had a gun that night? Mr. Wright, yeah, I seen him right before the shooting went down on Master Street. When I pulled up on him, he was standing at my side door and his hands was up on the roof of the van while he was talking. He had the gun stuck in his pants and he could see it. It was a black semi-automatic pistol with lines on the back of the grip, like grooves cut in the back of the grip. And he would go on to say that he always had that gun. Now, just based on that confession, or the way that confession was taken, Arthur Johnson pretty much had the right to fight that. And like I said, he would take his he would take his case to the Supreme Court and it would get overturned. I didn't see the outcome of the new trial, or even if he was retrialed, because based on what the Supreme Court sent down, he was set to be released immediately or retried within a timely manner. I did see where Skinny Me was convicted of the crime because his name was particularly mentioned, and he's pretty much up. So anybody that really want to write Skinny Me, this MA number is going to be 100888671. You can address that to 8101 State Road. It's going to be in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 19136. Hold your head, Skinny Me. Shout out from the Mobb. Now, anybody that got any information or was around or remember when any of this went down, this kind of was like, I want to say the precursor to the OBH indictment, but this was slightly before. It seemed like everything happened at a real rapid pace. Y'all get with me. Y'all let me know if y'all was rocking with Skinny Me on a music tip, and all of that. It's your boy Popalot. Make sure y'all follow me on Instagram, on Twitter, POP_A_LOT. We're gonna be back with some more real Trill Spill shit. Y'all make sure y'all comment below. Y'all hit the bell to subscribe for when this real Trill Spill shit is dropping. And y'all already know what it is. It's the Mobb. Mobb. Ties.